What's up, dudes? Chooch out here cruising on the S22 Eagle. Now this is gonna be an awesome little trail ride right here. I really enjoy this specific mountain to ride on. It is so much fun, and it is a long drop over there to the side if this thing did go down the side of the mountain. But trying to stay in control, just cruising along, taking it easy, but still maintaining a nice little pace along this ridge line. Now this is like an old homestead I'm at. This is really a cool place in Colorado, a unique place. I don't want to say it exactly. You might know where it is if you watch some of the other videos, but this is a fun little trail to ride, and the S20 performed great on it. Now this wheel is up for pre-order for the $100 for a little while left. Like the B-Goat Master, if you check right now, it's $500 pre-orders for that wheel. If you look right now for this wheel on eWheels, it's $100 pre-orders for this wheel. So if you still want to get your pre-order in for this thing before it goes up in price, then you need to do it soon. I'm not too sure whenever it's going to increase, but it could be any day now whenever they go ahead and increase it to that $500 mark. Because July is coming up soon, and as we push closer to the date when these things are going to be shipping out, the actual S22 release, then they're going to up the pre-order amount to $500. So if you want to get it in now, click the links below, and your $100 pre-order should seal the deal where you have your access to the S22 whenever it comes in. So without that, there's going to be a backup for these things. So get it in now if you want to do it for the $100, and you can cancel it at any time. So like if you change your mind and want to go for the Master or something like that, if that's coming out sooner or we get closer to the dates and you're like, hey, I want to change my mind, you can cancel your pre-order if you put it in. And that goes for the $500 pre-orders, and that goes for the $100 pre-orders. So and then if you pre-order through RevRides and use the code CHOOCH50, your pre-order is only $50 for the S22. So definitely check into that, guys, because I know they're going to be going up soon. And that would suck if you want to reserve one of these things and you were thinking about doing it for $100, and then you can't do it for $100 anymore. So definitely look at that, because there is a difference. The Master's $500 a pre-order. This one's $100, and then I have no idea when this one's gonna go up. Anyways, if y'all wanted to know like my tire pressure that I'm running for these type of trails, a lot of people wanted to know from one of the last videos for trail riding. I'm running 25 psi, guys. That is what I like for off-road, and that is what I seriously. I mean, if I can run it, and I'm not afraid of damaging the rim on the wheel, which I'm not with the new V12 high torque and the new upgraded V12 rim, and this one I'm running 25 psi, and that's what I ran in both of them. And I think that's fine, and I think you can run it higher, you can run it lower, and I think like for a person that's 130 pounds or so, like that, like a lower weight rider, you can definitely get away with, like, I'd say 20 psi is the lowest I would go, and then like that would be for really hard packed trails. If you're trying to really go fast on some hard packed trails off road, where it's just like, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard packed and there's like sand on top of it, and it's like, dude, you're doing everything to hold on. You might need to lower it to like maybe 20, 22 psi. But then I would definitely change it up. If you're going to be spiking off rocks, anything like that, I'd want to have at least 25 psi in it. But I am saying, like, for certain circumstances with a lower weight rider, you can get it lower, just because you do have a really nice solid rim that's upgraded substantially, and you have suspension. So I think with a heavier weight rider, I would definitely run, like, I would run it lower though. Like, for instance, if you're a 200-pound guy and you're typically running like 45 psi in your wheel, then maybe try running it at like 35 psi and see how it feels. Run it off-road a little bit and just try it out. You can feel if you're getting a little bit low on some of those rocks, or if you're hitting a ledge or a sharp rock or something like that, and maybe getting that rim close to that object. you can feel your PSI. But I would definitely be a lot more comfortable as a heavier weight rider running a lower PSI with this wheel, just because of the nature of it. I mean, just because of what you have, and then that opens up a huge window to how fast you can ride off-road. Because if you're a heavier weight rider and you've been off-roading, you've had to ride with a extremely high PSI in order to keep that rim from getting damaged off rocks and stuff like that. Like that rock right back there on like an RS19, if you hit it and you're 220 pounds or so, and you have 25 PSI in your tire, and you hit that without, doing the right technique, or if you hit it in the wrong way, then you're going to damage your rim. I mean, that's just how it is. But with this one, you can have like 25 PSI in that thing and just get a lot of grip when you need it, and then it's just not going to mess up. And that's one thing I love, man. I mean, that is just the huge thing about suspension wheels. I mean, that is it. I mean, seriously, it's amazing being able to run an actual logical tire pressure. It's not insanely high, because hitting stuff like that with 40 PSI is just not fun. It's just uncomfortable, man. It's like chattering your teeth. It's like, because I have to do that sometimes if I'm riding one of these wheels without suspension off-road, and I see it now, and I'm like, dude, this is just not right. Like, this is crazy to do. And even riding a unicycle with suspension off-road is still not exactly the smoothest thing in the world, but it is way better than riding off-road, especially on trails like this where you have rocks and roots and everything like that. Now, if you're just riding off-road on simple, gravel tracks and stuff like what we raced on, like Doris Ranch up there, where, I mean, there was really not too many bumps. It was nice and flat in most spots. I really think that, like, the suspension wheel would be a little bit better, but not too much better. Like, it wouldn't be too much better in a lot of those scenarios. But for stuff like this, where you're actually on the trail and there's anomalies and rocks and roots and all that, I mean, it's simply luxury compared to riding any other wheel out there. Any other electric unicycle is just, it would take me a lot longer, and it would just be nowhere near as elegant and fun, and where, I mean, I'm enjoying this. I mean, this is way smoother than riding a horse, riding a mountain bike. This is just really nice just being able to cruise through the woods like this and enjoy nature this way. It is amazing. It simply is. I love it. So the KINGSOng S22, man, I've really liked this wheel. As you've seen, I've taken it through a lot of trails, and I've taken it on road and off road a lot, and I've seriously not had a single problem with it. There's not a single complaint I have about the wheel. I think they've done absolutely the best they can with making this suspension wheel. There's not too much I would really change about it. There's really not, and I'm impressed with it overall. You can seriously go either way with get the Be Good Master or this wheel, but I think both of them are great. Just by looking, I have not been able to ride the Master yet. I was supposed to get the one that Jimmy Chang just recently crashed, but after seeing that video, I don't think I'm going to be getting the Master anytime soon. So, but that thing is fast. Andrew went down hard on that thing, but it is fast. And this one is fast too. I mean, this is some road riding right here on it. Smooth road riding, smooth trail riding. And I mean, I really do think the KINGSOng S22 is a phenomenal wheel. And I mean, if you want to get the Master or the S22, definitely, use the links below to get either one of them. I'm not trying to say the S22 is great, but I'm saying I haven't had a single problem with the wheel, man. I have really, really not. Out of all wheels that I ever had in my presence or ever had like at my house to demo or bought myself, this is one that I literally woke up at the crack of dawn to be able to go ride every day. And there's no other wheel I've ever had that I've done that, to where I've literally woke up and tried to use every bit of daylight that I have to my disposal just to go ride. And like, I literally kept this thing charging, and I tried to get as much riding in as I could on it because I enjoyed it that much. And there's no other wheel that I've actually liked as much as the KINGSONG S22. And I haven't tried the Be Good Master yet, and I might like that wheel just as much, but I will say the S22 is a kick-ass electric unicycle. Anyways, dudes, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video, throw it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and click the links to get your electric unicycles. I'll see you dudes in the next ones.